Hello everybody and welcome to a completely impartial Euro 2020 predictions video. I'm sure that you can all tell, judging by the shirt that I'm wearing, I am not biased at all and support not a single nation competing in the Euros this summer. So I'm going to predict the whole group stage, then the entire knockout stage as well, round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals and final. I have used the Euro 2020 website official predictor to get all the ties right for this one. And I've just made them into my own graphics, so I can tell you that they are absolutely spot on. Hold on a sec, there's a child screaming next door. Once they've decided to put the dummy back in, we'll get doing this. I thought we were free for a minute then. Evidently not. Starting off then with Group A. This is a group consisting of Wales, Italy, Switzerland and Turkey. Italy got some fantastic players. Donnarumma in goal. To have that much experience at just like 21, 22 years of age is absolutely mental. Close to tying up a move to PSG, I believe, at time of recording, having left AC Milan. A bee just flew right across my face. They've left out Moise Kean, which is ridiculous in my opinion. Ciro Immobile is a great striker, don't get me wrong, but leaving out Keane, bit of a mistake. And in midfield, got Barella, and the experience of Bonucci and Chiellini will help that Italy team massively. In terms of Wales, obviously losing Ryan Giggs to a court case, people are massively overlooking that in their predictions. That is massive, losing your manager this close and handing it over to someone who, in comparison to the stature and attention that Ryan Giggs name brings, it's going to have an effect on the squad. So, I mean, they've got great players, haven't they? Gareth Bale, if they can keep him fit, immense. Aaron Ramsey again, if they can keep him fit, immense. And Joe Allen, the Welsh Xavi. You can't forget Joe Allen. Turkey are a very interesting side. In goal, I can't remember who they have. I've wrote it down upstairs in my room, but forgot to print the sheet out. At the back, obviously, they're stacked. They've got, Demiral, Soyuncu, Ozan Kabak. Fantastic players. You move further forward, they've got, I think it's Yakushlu who plays for West Brom. They've got Yusuf Yashiji for Lille, Burak Yilmaz, Cengiz Ünder. But I just don't think they're quite on the level of Switzerland, who, spoiler for the full reveal, I do think will finish above them in the group. Switzerland, Jan Sommer's a fantastic goalkeeper, and if he gets injured, Jan Mvogo is absolutely capable to cover. At the back, Ricardo Rodriguez, Elvedi's a good centre-back. In midfield, Zakaria, brilliant ball-winning midfielder, can sit in and can probably push him further into that box-to-box role as well. Then up top, they've got Shaqiri, and yeah, even though he's not played this season, he's still never let Switzerland down on the international stage. So on that note then, my prediction for Group A is going through Italy top in the group, Switzerland coming second, Turkey third and Wales fourth. Moving on to Group B then, this one pretty much spells out itself. Belgium absolutely will be at the top. Courtois, fantastic goalkeeper. At the back, even though Vertonghen and Alderweireld have a combined age of about 84, and Thomas Vermaelen's on the plane. How is Thomas Vermaelen on the plane for an international tournament in 2021? He's like 95. Obviously, Belgium will be praying that Kevin De Bruyne's fit. But even without them, they've got Romelu Lukaku banging them in Serie A this season. And can Eden Hazard and that astronomical backside reach his best form, which he's reached at Chelsea for many, many years? Then there's Denmark and Russia. Russia were fantastic in the 2018 World Cup, as were Denmark. Both of them going to the quarter-finals, I believe. Russia obviously on home soil. And with Finland in the group there, in my eyes, Denmark and Russia will absolutely be competing out for the third and second place spots in this group. Denmark, Kasper Schmeichel, brilliant, brilliant goalkeeper. At the back, Andreas Christensen just won the Champions League. There's another name as well that's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite remember it. Robert Skov, there we go. Left wing, back, left wing. Could do all of them, mate. Left hand side of the pitch, Robert Skov completed it, mate. You move into midfield, they're stacked. Christian Eriksen, Thomas Delaney, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Then up top, you can't ignore the Middlesbrough prowess to Barcelona somehow of Martin Brink. But Russia, they've got some great players as well. Artem Dzyuba up top will hope to be banging them in. And Golovin in the middle showed what he could do in the 2018 World Cup. Put himself in the shop window and got his move to Monaco. And then Finland, well, football hipsters everywhere will be screaming that I'm putting them in fourth in this group. Teemu Pukki is a brilliant championship striker, some great goals this season, a massive amount of them, impressed in the Premier League for a brief spell as well with Norwich. And Lukas Hradecky in goal is a great goalkeeper as well, but they just haven't got the minerals to do anything in this group, I imagine. So I have gone for Belgium topping the group, from Denmark, from Russia, from Finland. Group C now, starting off with North Macedonia. I'm going to be completely honest, I know absolutely nothing about these guys. All I can tell you is Alioski from Leeds and a 40-year-old Goran Pandev from Genoa leading the line. Bottom of the group. Then there's Ukraine. Stepanenko in the middle's decent. Yaremchuk is decent. Sigankov is decent on the right. And, you know, they've got some great players. And I'd be expecting them to compete for second and third with Austria. I'd expect the Netherlands to sort of go clear. And we'll touch on them in a minute. But Austria, David Alaba, of course, their star name. And I just thought against England, they didn't really do anything. They did absolutely nothing, and they were very dull and boring to watch, as were England. But, you know, it's going to be tight between those two sides, and I was teetering on a knife edge between which two I would give it to, that second spot, which of the two. But for me, runaway winners in this group, well, not really runaway. Winners of this group will be the Netherlands. Obviously, not qualified for the last two tournaments, Euro 2016 and the 2018 World Cup. There's a fire lit underneath their backsides to prove something at this tournament. Even though they've not got Virgil van Dijk, they've not got Jasper Cillessen either. He's not been called up. For what reason, I couldn't tell you, but they've got someone from, I believe it's PSV, whose name begins with a B. I can't remember the rest of his name. I think it's like Bovic or something like that. And Tim Krul competing for the number one spot. Hey, don't forget Martin Stekelenburg, Joe. No Van Dijk, but De Ligt is very, very competent at the back. Denzel Dumfries, very good right back. Owen Windal, decent left back as well for PSV. In the midfield, stacked. You know, they've got Davy Klaassen, Frankie de Jong. They've got Gini Wijnaldum. You know, some great central midfielders. And then up top, Memphis Depay, obviously the standout. And then Donyell Malen as well I've picked up on there. He could have an impact, as could Cody Gakpo. So for me, Group C will look like this. The Netherlands topping the group with Ukraine second, Austria third, and North Macedonia in fourth. Group D. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. England, Croatia, Scotland and Czech Republic in this group. Croatia, all the itches. Livakovic in goal. Modric, Rakitic, Kovacic, Rebic, Petkovic. All the itches. Croatia have got them. But that squad, since England last played them in the 2018 World Cup, has aged a lot. They've lost Subasic from in goal, a key figure in that squad. And Livakovic is obviously capable backup. Livakovic, I think, is better than Subasic. That's not an unpopular opinion at all. But it'll be interesting to see how they match up, because obviously England and Croatia have played each other since the World Cup semi-final, and England have come out on the winning side. So it'll be interesting to see how that faces up on Sunday. Scotland, no Greg Docherty, so they're getting 0 points. No, I'm kidding. Tierney will do a job left centre-back. Andy Robertson, need I say more? Billy Gilmore in the middle, John McGinn in the middle, Scott McTominay in the middle, all very competent, all very good. And Che Adams through the middle, switched to Scottish and had a very good start for them, I do believe. But as I said, no Greg Docherty, so bottom of the group. Czech Republic, Thomas Souček is obviously the standout for them. Vladimir Koufal as well, been impressive for West Ham this season. The two Czech West Ham lads done a very, very good job for the Hammers this season, helping guide them to a Europa League place. Thomas Vaklik is a very good goalkeeper, but I just can't fathom that they're relying on Matej Vidra for goals. Brilliant in the Championship, useless 90% of the time in the Premier League. So for me, it's going to be between Czech Republic and Scotland for third place, because I think England and Croatia are clear. For England, though, give him a moment. Pickford, yes, not great for club, but never made a mistake for country. Dean Henderson in there as well. Sam Johnson, most saves in the Premier League. The save he made against Romania the other night. Change my pants. At right back, stacked. We've lost Trent through injury, and it's still absolutely no dent in the squad whatsoever. You know, we've still got Walker, Trippier, James, all three very good, very, very good right backs. Centre backs, Stones and Maguire, obviously the first two. Maguire, if he's not fit, we've got the cover there. We've got Mings, who in my eyes shouldn't be there. Connor Cody as well, who is in the same bracket as Tyrone Mings. But we've got Ben White in as cover. I still think Tomori should be in over him. But, you know, pleased for Ben White. Moving to left back. Shaw, Chilwell, Saka can play there. All we need, really. Centre mid. Oh, don't get me started. Even though Henderson might not be fit, dressing room leader. Yeah. Don't put him on penalties, though. My God, don't put him on penalties. England are stacked in central midfield. Phillips, Rice are both very, very good. Rice better than Phillips, though, in my opinion. Sorry, Leeds fans. Well, sorry, not sorry. Bellingham, Mount, Foden, Grealish, all more advanced than Rice and Phillips. And then up top, Sancho, Sterling, Rashford, Kane, Calvert-Lewin. So for me, Group D looks like this. England top in the group, from Croatia, from Czech Republic, from Scotland. However, though, England, if England were to top the group, it's not a favourable run to, well, into the knockout stage, because we end up facing someone from the group of death, and we'll get onto that in just a moment. But first, we've got to cover Group E: Slovakia, Poland, Spain, and Sweden. We'll start with Slovakia. Milan Skriniar, brilliant defender, and the experience of Marek Hamsik will surely help them out. Sweden were due to have Zlatan Ibrahimovic back for this tournament, but don't because injury. So they'll be relying a lot on players like Forsberg and younger players in the attacking areas, such as Alexander Isak and Dejan Kulusevski. Poland talk for themselves, really. Robert Lewandowski up top, fantastic. The midfield, Klik's had a decent season with Leeds, but I'm not too sure if he's up to the standard of Piotr Zielinski, who's going to be in there with him, and Kutroviak definitely is the weakest point in that midfield. Tamil Glick is still a very decent defender, and Wojciech Szczesny in goal is very solid for them. And Spain, no Ramos and no one from Real Madrid whatsoever, which is massive. If you told me a year ago that in the Euro squad there'd be more Leeds United players than there would Real Madrid players for Spain, I'd have said, what have you been smoking? And of course, Spain up top, they've got Gerard Moreno, been banging in goals for fun for Villarreal in La Liga this season, as they were guided to a Europa League win. It's a good evening. So Group E, for me, looks like this. Spain topping the group from Poland, from Sweden, from Slovakia. On to Group F, then the group of death. Germany, Portugal, France, and Hungary. Now, Hungary are the rank outsiders, even though Galash is a great goalkeeper. Adam Salai, the one with the Z, is a no. Absolutely not. Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo always turns up in the big games, in the big tournaments. And with players like Bruno Fernandes, João Felix, Diogo Jota, Renato Sanchez, I believe he's been called up, all around him, he's got a great squad of players to guide him to what could potentially be his second consecutive Euros win. Germany are about to enter a transitional phase. Joachim Löw is leaving at the end of this tournament and Hansi Flick will take his place. Germany, after a disastrous last two tournaments, 2014 World Cup especially, they're looking to bounce back and make a real statement. You know, in goal, Neuer, Leno, need I say more? Ter Stegen's unlucky to miss out. At the back, Robin, I don't want to get demonetised here, so I'm going to call him Koch instead of... Very good. Mats Hummels is in there as well from Dortmund, bit of experience. And Emre Can coming in as centre-back, as he has been in the Bundesliga this season, is massive. It's massive. In the midfield, Germany are stacked. Goretzka, Kimmich, Gundogan, Muller, Havertz, Musiala, Kroos. Great squad of players there. On the wings, they've got Gnabry and Sane. Then up top, they've got, you know, have I mentioned Thomas Muller already? Well, Thomas Muller can do anything. On the right, through the middle, Cam, he can do it all. And then there's, of course, France, the world champions. They talk for themselves, don't they? Benzema's back, that's going to be massive for them. You know, it's all water under the bridge with him, Deschamps, the rest of the French squad. They've got Mbappe, they've got Griezmann, they've got Camavinga in the middle, Kante. If Kante wins this, if Kante wins the Euros, he could be basically odds on for the Ballon d'Or. Pogba's in there as well, which is absolute greatness for them. If he plays well, that is. And at the back, Varane, Kimpembe. You know, France are too good. The goalkeeping spot is probably their weakest position. And that's with Hugo Lloris, their captain, which is ridiculous to think. So the group of death, I reckon, will be France, topping the group from Portugal, from Germany, then from Hungary. So now, of course, we need 4 more teams to make up the round of 16. So we need to pick the 3 best placed, third placed teams. But the 4 third placed teams I expect to go through are from Group A, Turkey, from Group B, Russia, from Group E, Sweden, and from Group F, Germany. So on to the round of 16, then the knockout stages. Who do I reckon will make it through? Well, these are the ties that we will contest. So it's Belgium versus Sweden, Italy versus Ukraine, France, Turkey, Croatia, Poland, Spain, Russia, England, Portugal, Netherlands, Germany, and Switzerland, Denmark. We'll go from the top of your graphic then. Belgium will have too much firepower for Sweden. Sorry to all the Swedes. I just don't see you managing to hold out Lukaku for a full game. Italy, Ukraine. Italy, I think, are the dark horses of this tournament. You know, they've got great players, and Mancini, he's proved a lot of people wrong with Italy. They've got such a good defensive record under him. Not conceded a goal for like their last 9, I think it is, or only conceded 1 or 2 in that spell, which is massive. So I think Italy will be able to beat Ukraine. France, Turkey. Sorry, Turkey. I'm so sorry. As much as I'd love Atuna Lachali to buy Hull City, I just don't see you beating France. I'm so sorry. Croatia, Poland. I think it will be Croatia who win that one. Spain, Russia, a repeat of the round of 16 or quarter-final tie. I think it was round of 16 in the 2018 World Cup, and I think this time Spain will run out the victors. England, Portugal is such a tricky one because obviously I want football to come home. And if we can beat Portugal, we can go on and beat any team that we will face in the quarters and in the semis. Realistically, you look, we're going to face either Spain or Russia in the quarters. We can beat both of them. Then from there, we're going to face either the Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland or Denmark in the semis. I'm confident that we can beat out the vast majority of them. And then it'll just leave the final, which would be the hardest game of the lot, naturally. But I just can't see us beating Portugal. Stranger things have happened, but it's going to be such a task to keep out Ronaldo in a repeat of Euro 2004, I think it was. I'm so sorry, my fellow Englishmen, but I think Portugal will go through. Netherlands, Germany. I can see the Netherlands winning that, you know. Little surprise in there from Frank de Boer's men. I think that will be a massive shock to Jogi Löw on his final outing as Germany manager. Then Switzerland, Denmark. I say Denmark will go through against them. So the quarterfinals then shape up like this. Belgium face Italy, France face Croatia, Spain face Portugal, and the Netherlands face Denmark. So, Belgium, Italy. Tough one. I've said Italy will be my surprise package. And I've said that they're defensively very good. But Belgium. FIFA World Rankings. The best international side in the world. That is something I don't think Italy will be able to compete with. It's Italy being knocked out at the quarter-final stage and Belgium going through. France, Croatia. A repeat of the 2018 final. Just like it wasn't much of a challenge for France on that day. This Croatia side are weaker, they're older, and I think France will have a good time in the quarter-finals. Spain, Portugal. England can beat Spain, but I don't see us beating Portugal. And I think Portugal will beat Spain, and that will put Portugal through to the semis. And the Netherlands-Denmark, this will be the tightest affair, other than, of course, Belgium Italy. I think this will be the closest run affair in terms of caginess in a game, because Spain-Portugal was a belter of a game in the 2018 World Cup group stage. France-Croatia was in the World Cup as well. Belgium-Italy, that will be a very good game as well. But in terms of caginess and closely matchedness, I think this game will have it, because, you know, Denmark... England struggled against Denmark. That's the only evidence I've got, really. But I think the Netherlands will go through. I think a bit of a Memphis Depay masterclass will sort them out. And that leaves the two semi-finals. France versus Belgium. This was a semi-final in the 2018 World Cup. And I can see France getting through again. And then Portugal-Netherlands. I can see Portugal getting through that one with... not with ease, but with relative ease compared to other games that they've had in the group stage, when you consider they've played France and Germany, and they've had to play England on the way through. So that leaves then a France-Portugal final, a game played in the group stage, makes the final a repeat of the 2016 Euro final. And this time, wait for the wind to pass. And this time, I can see France doing it. I can see France just about edging out Portugal. It will be so closely run. Like it was in 2016. Like it will be in the group stage. But France versus Portugal will be a French win, and France will win Euro 2020 and will lift the trophy at Wembley. For those wondering, the third, fourth place playoff between Belgium and the Netherlands, I think Belgium will win that. So Belgium will come third place in an international tournament for the second time in a row. Top goal scorer, I'm going to say Harry Kane. And player of the tournament for me, I can't look past Kylian Mbappe. So thank you very much for tuning into this one. Let me know your predictions in the comments down there. Let me know who you think will win the whole thing. Second, third, top goal scorer, player of the tournament, and your surprise package / dark horses. So, I will see you for England content with myself and Caden over the next few weeks. Goodbye.